The Human Dietary Exposure Tool provides an estimate of average exposure of European adults to pesticides through food consumption. The dietary exposure was estimated using the data from food monitoring programs for the years 2011 to 2020 and national dietary surveys. An imputation was performed to predict the residue concentration data below the detection limit. The users of the Human Dietary Exposure Tool must be aware that the tool presents the estimations rather than actual measurements. In the Dietary Exposure Tool, by clicking on pesticide residue in food or dietary exposure, the users will be directed to the page presenting the average pesticide residue concentration or the average adult dietary exposure maps. Using 3 drop-down menus on the page, the users can choose food from 10 selected commodities and the pesticides of interest and the year of the report. Then the corresponding map will appear for the selected items. The Dietary Exposure Tool is a ready-to-use tool that presents estimated average dietary exposure of the adult population in the European countries to individual pesticides per calendar year, using a realistic approach. It gives the opportunity to assess temporal and spatial trends in pesticide dietary intake across Europe for the period 2011 to 2020, providing valuable insights for epidemiological and exposure assessment studies.
Inside the Dietary Exposure Tool, a user can explore farm animal exposure. In this tool, we illustrate farm animal exposure to pesticides through feed intake, and we calculate potential risks for a subset of the farm animal population. Here, users can select pesticide exposure and filter through a combination of farm animal and pesticide. The tool then displays the exposure distribution for the selected combination. Due to the limited data available on pesticide concentrations in feed, the results from this tool should not be extrapolated to case study sites outside the SPRINT project.